and welcome Mindsets to this session of grade 12 life science. I hope you guys are ready. You got your pens and pads out and you're going to make some notes because I got Llewellyn here who's going to be taking us through the session. So what are we doing today?
Ecology and population. So
Alright.
let's see what it's like. Hopefully you've got everything ready and let's go for it.
All right, so while Llewellyn makes his way there, I'm Ty. I'm here all the time. Well, not all the time, but we alternate. You know, me, Kat, Indy. But anyway, on that note, mindset is we always tell you get on the page and get chatting. Let us know what you guys are thinking. If you're lost anywhere, if you need help, make sure you post on the page and let us know what you guys are thinking. But on that note, this is where I hand over to Lou, who's going to take over the rest of the show. Take it away.
Thanks, Ty. Well, I hope you guys are ready and I've got something nice and warm because it's nice and cold outside. So let the mind start working and let us work up some energy and then we can get nice and warm. Today we're going to have a look at population and ecology. Now, I know you've done this in grade 8. I know you've done this in grade 9, grade 10, grade 11 and 12. But that just means that you can do very well in this section. So it might be a little bit boring for you guys in the beginning, but just remember that you've had 4 or 5 years of this stuff. So that means you can only be better, get better and better and better. So come on, let's get this right. Right. I was thinking, how are we going to start it today? If we can get this thing. Oh, yes, I remember. There we go. Introduction. Population and ecology. It's very simple. If we have a look at the board, population, if we have a look at the change and the decrease and increase in population numbers and all of that as a study is called population dynamics. Now, population dynamics is something that you hear all the time when we are teaching the section because it gives a big name to this whole section, right? So remember this, okay? And we're going to go into a lot of detail of this. So let's go ahead. Wrong way. There we go. Now, first thing we're going to have a look at is species. Now, a species is a specific group, okay? If you have a look at the definition, I have put the definition up. It's a group of organisms with similar structure and functional characteristics in nature, and they can breed with each other, okay? That's the main thing. They can breed with each other, and they can breed by themselves, okay? Because we all know that you get, for example, horses and donkeys. And we, as farmers, you know, a horse is nice and fast, and a donkey is slow, but he's very strong. So what we do is we mix breed them to get a mule, okay? Now, it's 2 different species. A horse is a species and a donkey is a species. So we shouldn't mix them. Now, what I've done is I've put up 2 pictures of dolphins, right? Now, each dolphin, okay, is a separate species. Okay? You will never, ever, ever see them mate. Okay? So this one and this one, 2 different species, they're actually found in different places, but it's not the point. The point is that they will never, ever, ever mate. Okay? You don't find, as a human being, you don't find, let's see, a chimpanzee that's perfect for you, right? You're not going to go marry a chimpanzee. It doesn't do it for you, right? Whereas another girl or another boy, they make you happy and they can make you smile and you can be friendly and you can marry them and love them to bits. But this will never happen because they don't see each other in that sort of way. Okay, so species, as I said, it's a group of organisms with similar structure and functional characteristics, right? That can, main thing, interbreed with each other. They breed with each other all the time. Okay, that is a species. Okay, there it is. Species, very important. Okay, if we have a look, population. Now, a population is a whole bunch of the same species. Okay, now, I don't mean just a whole lot. So we'll take a lot of zebras. There actually have to be a lot of zebras that are different ages. Okay, so you have Big Daddy, you have little mommy, and then you have little baby and tiny little child, okay? All of them together, right? Those people together and your cousin and your auntie and your uncle and your brother and your next door neighbor and all of that makes up a population. A population does not include your dogs, does not include your cats, okay? It's only humans, if you get what I'm saying. I know I'm using humans, but we can actually use anything. So if you have a look at it, I've used elephants, right? if you have a look at elephants, right, there's a big one, and there's small ones, there's babies, there's daddies, there's mommies. So it's quite nice, okay? Now, don't forget that you get a matriarch female, which is a nice, big female, and then you get all the babies running together and they look after each other. Now, in the Kruger National Park, they will actually say to you that you have a population of elephants in this part of the Kruger Park, okay? That part of the Kruger Park, the population of the elephants is like 150. And in that side of the park, the population of elephants is 100. Okay, so a population is the same species, but just different generations of them all together. Okay, that is what a population is. Okay, nice pictures of elephants. Please remember that. It's a lot of fun. Now a community. Okay, we've gone through species. A species is a specific type of organism that can have the same characteristics. Remember the same characteristics in structure, and they can interbreed. Then you get a population. That's a bunch of species, of the same species, right, but different ages and different generations, right? And then you get a community. Now, a community is actually the species of this type of animal, a species of the other type of animal, right, and different ages together, which means that it's a whole group of different animals. So if you go to the Kruger National Park, or to the Pilanesberg, or anywhere out there, right, you will actually see that animals actually stick together. And I don't mean all the zebras are walking together and all the impala are walking together, and you actually get your wildebeest and your zebra and all of that walking together. They intermingle with each other, okay? And don't forget that you actually get lions as well. They actually depend on each other. So you have, for example, the zebra and you have the wildebeest, as you can see on the top. They actually stay together and they live together for protection, right? And then you have the lions coming along that they got to eat them, right? Remember the circle of life? We've all watched, well, hopefully you've watched The Lion King. Ty, you watched The Lion King?
It was my favorite. I've watched it a couple of times to know most of the dialogue.
That's brilliant. My son knows it as well. But if you have a look at it, they say it the best. It's the Lion King, right? The Lion King says it's a circle of life, okay? It goes, the animals eat the grass, the lions eat the antelope, the lions die, and then the organisms eat the lion, and then it gets back to the grass somehow, right? When we work with that later, I'll explain it to you. But they all intermingle with each other, right? That is what a community does. And as you can see there, it says there, a community is formed when species of the population in different kinds of habitats have the same how do I say this? They actually intermingle with each other. I'm trying to make it easy in what it says on the board. They intermingle with each other. Okay. Now, as I said, I gave you a nice example on the board of the wildebeest and the zebra. Okay. And just to prove that I am right, there we go. That's a nice picture. You'll see the wildebeest and you will see the zebra, and they're all mixed together and they're there for protection. Okay. It's very nice to remember. Okay. Population and ecology. Remember, we're working with that whole section. So we've done species, we've done communities, we've done population. Now, population parameters. Now, this is the word. Population is what's happening. Okay, we're looking at the population. And parameters means what is going to make it increase or decrease. Okay, parameters are like, how do you say? You want your cat, your dogs to not leave your yard. You put up parameters. You put up walls, for instance. I know that's not a great way of looking at it, but you're trying to stop them from getting out. If you wanted them to get out, you lower the walls, you open the gates, right? That's the parameters. That's the way it works, right? So population parameters is factors that affect the increase and decrease of a population size, okay? Very important. They're going to ask you this, and there is quite a few of them, okay? I can name quite a bit. Okay, but we're going to start off with one very small. Okay, the first one that I can think of, if I have a look at it, okay, is a warthog. If you take 10 warthogs, and each warthog is 50 kilograms. And I actually went to go look for this because I really don't know how much a warthog weighs, but I had a look, okay? They weigh 50 kilograms. The average weight of the warthog is 50, right? And you calculate it, and it'll work out to 1,500 kilograms. In other words, 1.5 tons is the biomass. Now, a biomass is how much of, if you weigh the animal and you put them all together, how many of those animals can actually stay in a specific area. So if I had to have a look at it, if at my school, right? My school's a nice big school, so we allowed a certain amount of children on there, right? But we can only have so many because if we have too many, they're going to be uncomfortable, right? And if we had to defend for ourselves by putting chickens and cows and all of that on there, right? If we do that and they had to kill them and make food and grow crops and all of that, we can only have so many people because if we have too many people, we're going to overgraze or overfeed, or we're going to kill all the animals. There's not going to be enough time for them to breed, and then we're going to have no more food left, right? So that is a big thing, okay? Now, I want you to picture this. If I can have 1,500 kilograms, right, of warthog in, let's say, 2 kilometers squared, right, in that area, how many animals would it actually be? It would be 10 warthogs, as I said. But how many elephants would it be? A heck of a lot less, right? So you might have 10 warthog, but you might only have 2 elephants, okay? Because 2 elephants can survive on that area. If you put more than 2 elephants, all the trees are going to be broken down, all the things are going to be broken, all the grass are going to be eaten. So you actually have to make sure that you do not have that many elephants in there. And that is why in the Kruger Park, when it comes to a certain part, they actually go and take the elephants and move them. Okay, that they try not to cull. Cull is a very nice word to look at. Cull is killing them it's killing them to stop them from overpopulating the area, which means it's going to damage the area. So it's a good thing to cull, but it's not very nice because you're hurting the animal. So you got to look at it in both ways. You've got to always look at the environment first. Okay, we are making sure that the elephants survive as long as possible, but they normally have a free range of a huge area, but we make boundaries around them to stop them. So we try and move them to other places that want to see elephants instead of killing them. Okay, so if elephants become too much, we move them. Why? Because the biomass only allows a certain amount of elephants. So in the Kruger Park, I don't know how big the Kruger Park is, but let's say they allowed 5,000 elephants, okay? It's maximum 5,000. So if there's 5,004, it's going to start destroying it. So they take those 4 away and either take them overseas or to another park to actually have a better life, okay? They're actually going to starve if they leave them in there. Okay, so what I've done, and as you can see, I've put warthogs over here. I always like pink, but green shows up nicely here. There's the warthog. You can see how actually small they are. There's 3 of them, and here's a big elephant. It's a big difference, right? That one will kill and eat a lot of food. That one won't eat and kill as many. Okay, so that is what the biomass actually means. It means how much animal, or how much meat, should I say, that biome can actually sustain. Okay, that is the biomass. That's one of the where is it now? It's one of the parameters, okay, as the population. Now, if I have a look, wrong way again. This board, as we found out, is not working so well today. Now, another parameter is things like birth. Okay, I'm trying to make it in a different way. You get birth. I don't want to use the big names, but birth, okay? Bringing more people or more into the community. So in other words, in your family, I'm going to call your family a population, right? Like my family, my little population, I have my wife, myself, and my first child, right? There's 3. How do I increase my population? I have another child, okay? So now there'll be 4 of us in the population, right? That is giving birth. But there's another way to increase it. Very simple. We need to get somebody to join us. So now I bring my mother-in-law to come stay with me, right? Now we have increased the population. So if we have a look at it, we have natality, which is birth. It's a nice big way to say birth rate. The birth rate, the natality, and the other one is immigration. Okay, I'm calling them in. Okay, they're coming into, or my mother-in-law's coming into my house. I know it's an M, but remember the I will come with into my house. Okay, so she's coming in. But I'm going to stop it there. What I'm going to do is give you a few seconds to write that, well, to get all this information and to soak it in. And then hopefully, if you've got some questions, please send it to Ta. We want to get you and make sure you understand what's going on. Ta.
All right, no problem. On that note, as Llewellyn said, guys, if you've got any questions, if you need any help, make sure you get on the page and let me know. Just simple. It's post and comment. Well, let us know what you guys are thinking. And again, mindsetters, if you see another mindsetter in trouble or needing help, don't keep the answers to yourself. Share. But on that note, we'll see you after this break.